Hey guys, today we have an awesome video, the 5 things that will help you get to a 5-0. So all of these skills are things that you have been working on, but we're gonna emphasize why and how these skills are gonna help take your game to the next level. So the first skill is going to be consistent and aggressive dinking. The second skill is going to be good aggressive counters. The third skill is going to be good decision making at the net. The fourth skill is going to be a midcourt reset. And the last skill is going to be being able to consistently drop and drive the ball. These skills are really important because they round out your game. If you can have a good understanding of all of these and be able to execute them fairly well, that is a really good way to help you level up and move towards that 5-0 level. The first skill and the easiest to overlook is going to be consistent aggressive dinking. So when you start out, everyone talks about pushing the dinks, which is great, getting them to bounce. But as you start leveling up, becoming a 4-0, 4-5 level player, those kind of dinks are gonna get crushed, sped up, and you're probably gonna leave you wondering, what do I need to do differently? So aggressive dinking is how you go to the 5-0 plus level. That's because aggressive dinks don't sit there and allow your opponents to keep you guessing, hold the ball, speed it up. It doesn't give them lots of options. So the way we can dink aggressive is placement, deception, and spin. So at a high level, every dink I hit has some sort of spin, whether it's top spin or slice. The other thing is I vary my spots. So I never am hitting every ball to the corner dead. I'm going to the corner, between my opponent's legs, and to the middle, keeping them guessing, changing the pattern up. The last thing is deception. So if you can wait a little longer and then hit the ball, you can get your opponents to move early, miss the ball, or be a little late. That is how we create aggressive dinking, and then by practicing, we can raise our consistency, and that's huge for being a 5-0.
The thing to focus on during these points is Zach and I both looking to mix up our slice, our topspin, and our location. And when we get deader balls, we're both trying to hold our paddles like that shot there and use deception. Again, whoever was dinking aggressive was usually winning these rallies.
One more. Guys, I post a new video every Monday, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. The next thing is going to be raising the quality of our counters. The difference between 4-0 and 5-0 plus counters is going to be the aggression and getting the ball down. Those two things are going to be what takes your counters to the next level. So the aggression comes from meeting the ball and adding our wrist. So in the beginning, we learned this from our shoulder, but by adding in a wrist snap and a wrist snap on top of the arm motion, we're gonna get more pop on our balls, which is going to be way more aggressive to our opponents. The second thing is in the beginning, we always talk about pushing the ball out, which is great because the ball gets over the net. But now at the 5-0 level, you're hitting the ball over the net and your opponents are smacking it back at you. So instead, whenever we can, we're not gonna hit this way, we're gonna turn our paddles down a little bit and hit that ball down at our opponent's feet. So a big focus is going to be using that wrist and getting down on the ball, down on the ball. That's what's gonna help you take your counters to the next level. Good. The next thing is going to be our decision making, especially at net. The key for this is going to be patience. As you guys have now moved up to the 4-0 plus level or are moving in that direction, you're going to have a lot more shots in your arsenal, whether it's aggressive rolls, speed ups off the backhand, whatever it is. But that doesn't mean we should be speeding up every ball or, on the contrary, dinking every ball. Knowing when to do each is going to be a huge thing. During this next segment, watch how I make decisions based on the height of the ball, whether I'm going to be attacking it or maybe waiting for a better ball. Something I really try and think about is maybe you have an okay option right now, but if you are confident that you can get a better option, wait another ball or two. Especially early in matches or at big moments, it's very common to pull that trigger a little too early, and that's gonna be an easy way to lose to really good teams. If you watch the best teams, they wait for the right ball. They don't go on early balls, and they have high percentage when they do go.
As you're watching these points, again, the focus is on the decision making. Whichever one of us waits for a better ball and doesn't rush is winning. I know we're only going straight ahead here, but this is going to be true all the time. So I take a ball there that's a little too low, and Zach's all over it. As you move up to 5-0, you need to wait for the right ball, like I do here. I'm setting it up with some aggressive dinks, and then I speed the ball up. Again, patience, variety, and all of those different ways of dinking aggressive let us get balls to speed up. That's going to be the key, waiting for the right ball.
The next thing is having a good mid-court reset. Why is this important? Because as you get to a better level, people are doing a good job either backing up or attacking fourths or reaching in and taking balls out of the air. So at a high level, it's very hard to hit a third shot and get all the way into net. So what ends up happening is that fifth ball, you have to hit from the midcourt. So a lot of 4-0, 4-5, 3-5 players even have pretty good thirds, but they just can't hit this next ball. So I recommend focusing a lot of time on this midcourt area. One hand, two hands, off the bounce, out of the air, getting comfortable being here. This shouldn't be a zone on the court you're like trying to sprint through. It should be a zone on the court you're comfortable being in. If you can do that, you will immediately see improvement in your game. The biggest key I would talk about in this zone is going to be your footwork. Getting in an athletic stance is going to be huge for you. Get low, meet the ball here. A lot of people who are poor in this area are very lazy. They stand up like this. That's a really easy key to get better in this area of the court. The last thing is being able to drive and drop the ball. Lots of players starting at 3-0, you guys get your preferences. So you decide you're someone who likes driving or you like dropping, and that's what you stick with. But as you get up to the 4-0, 4-5, 5-0 plus level, you need to be able to do both. There's a couple reasons for this. One is the drop, depending on conditions, especially wind, how hot it is, how soft the ball is, or how hard. It may be hard to hit consistent drops, so it's great to have a drive. The drive is great, but you end up having to drop the ball anyway. So I tell everyone who drives, you can drive every third forever, even if you have an amazing drive. They're gonna volley it, and you still have to drop the ball. So you really need both of these shots to maximize your game. Once you have them both too, it opens up so many avenues. If you're someone who only drops, adding a drive will add a shake and bake. Adding a drive will punish people who stay back. If you're somebody who only drives, adding a drop or a hybrid will apply different pressures to people, allow you to get up to net when you're maybe a little bit tight, and is very useful when the ball is soft, let's say, so it's super easy to just kind of push it in and get up. Having both of these is way better than having one. And if you can do that, it will help move you along towards that 5-0 level.
Here what I am showing you guys is the different variety. So we start with the topspin drop, which is a nice consistent but a little bit aggressive drop. And the next thing I'm going to demonstrate is going to be your most effective combo of the drive and the drop. This is because your drive gets you an easy ball to then drop, which again, I wouldn't be able to do unless I was comfortable hitting both of them. So again, throughout this, showing variety. Here on the backhand side, the same thing. The roll drops, the drives, the slice, all of those shots, that variety is what's going to keep your opponents on their toes and let you stay aggressive.
So that was the 5 things I think are most important to help you get to the 5-0 level. So again, aggressive, consistent dinking allows you to control the game at the net and not let your opponents attack you easily. Good, solid counters that also get down are going to put pressure, make your opponents less likely to attack, and when they do, you're going to punish that ball. Good decisions, especially at net, reward you. Waiting that extra ball is going to help you reduce your unforced errors and help you win those close, tight matches. Having a mid-court reset will allow you to not need to hit such a perfect third and get all the way up to net. And when you play, let's say, taller players who are able to reach in more, you're able to just move up and reset. The last thing, having the drop and the drive, that variety will immediately take your game to the next level. If you have that drop, adding the drive increases that pressure. And if you're someone who drives, you still end up having to drop. So you need both of those shots. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week.